Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read through for Ichi the Witch chapter 16 onward. Not sure how many chapters we'll do. I want these videos to be around like 30-ish minutes, so however many we do in around 30-ish minutes. We have one more chapter left in volume 2, then we'll be starting volume 3. I am excited to continue. Last chapter was very good. I didn't expect, I want to do these videos roughly every week. It might not be weekly. There's going to be some weeks off here and there when I do videos on other stuff. But I didn't think it would be this long between videos for Ichi the Witch. So I have been stuck waiting to continue what happens since last time. I've been stuck trying to get the ability to come record Ichi the Witch. So I am excited to see what happens next with all the crazy stuff going on. We have some big stuff happening. The art was nutty. The art was so good. So I did mention last time, I was like, it kind of sucks that it feels like you get this a lot in modern shonen, where you get this really big escalation kind of early on, a lot of times a little bit before the 20th chapter, because you never really know what's going to happen with the series, if they're going to be able to continue it or if they're going to have to wrap it up in a few chapters. And at least one comment was like, this was never under any chance of getting canceled. And yes, it was. Anything in Jump is. Even this. This did extremely well. So after this, I was kind of curious looking at the volumes and everything. I was like, I wonder how well they sold. And this sold like crazy. This sold in the 40,000 range for its first volume, which is very, very good. But it still isn't a guarantee. We have seen really famous mangaka who have done really popular manga in the past. Their stuff gets cut. We've seen things popularity-wise, when it comes to the popularity rankings and stuff, do very, very well, well within the top half of things, still get cut. And we've seen things sell. The first volume comes out and it's selling in the tens of thousands, and it still gets cut. So a good mangaka, popularity, sales figures, while this has all of those, other things have had that and have still gotten screwed. So I am just very, very glad that Ichi the Witch didn't get screwed, because this is really good so far. So yeah, with that aside, let's actually start reading chapter 16 to finish off volume 2. Then we have 16th Hunt, the World Hater Magic. A male witch. There, I introduced myself, now it's your turn. You brainless idiot, how stupid are you? We have Uroro. Then, hey, pay him no mind, okay? He really is just a dumb know-nothing kid. I'll give him the scolding of his life, I promise. So let us go? Deal? Deal. Hey, I'm not dumb. Whatever. It's of little consequence. He's just agreeing. This isn't how I was told it goes. Uroro, if you don't want to be erased, get out. I'm about to begin. Okay, it seems like he's doing whatever. And last time, it looked like, everything... It's not that everything died necessarily. There was this weird stuff left behind. So if everything had just been destroyed or wiped out or killed, I would think, okay, Ichi said when he looked at the World Hater Magic or whatever, he said, oh, I see death. So you would think, okay, maybe it's the death magic, but then because of the weird stuff that was in the ground left behind, it's maybe it's the hell magic or something. Then again, magics seem to be kind of creative and different all on their own. I'm about to begin. And I wonder what's going to happen too, because yeah, we have this area. I don't know if it's necessarily a barrier, but we have this area of effect set up. And there was a gate before, and now this angelic looking being is stepping out of the gate. Multiple of them. It says Lanceman. This is so cool, seeing this huge lineup of them all. And he points. Advance. And they start moving forward through the area. and covering it in the weird, like, gore stuff that was left behind last time. So is it almost like taking sections of the human world and turning it into the world of magics or something? Or much like how the mushroom magic we just got introduced to wanted to spread mushrooms, and the ice magic went around, freezing things, is a part of what a magic's desires are to spread whatever their thing is. But again, I love the designs and the art style that's used for this stuff. No mercy, eh? That nutcase. Those things warp out everything they touch. And again, calling it warping out, does that mean like the human things are getting warped out to the magic world or hell or whatever, and what's left behind is whatever's been swapped? That's an advancing line of death. Yeah, monsters, run! The world is ending. What the? Where'd this wall come from? We can't get through. We can't get out? Help, let us out. Please let us through. Let the children out first. Sounds like the villagers have noticed. Okay, kid. As dumb as you are even, you have to realize that over there is bad, right? At this rate, we're both toast. Use Lazud. Use Inazuri. I don't care which. Just activate me already and get me out, He transforms. Finally decided to attempt to leave, little mouse. No, never in my life have I gone into any hunt thinking that I couldn't possibly die. It didn't matter if I hunted a rabbit or a wolf or any other more vicious animal. It's all the same. When it's death for death, death has no size. All there is the pure desire to kill. Looking back, that instant our eyes met. My heart leapt. I want to hunt you, those monsters. I want to hunt you all. And we have him reflected in his eyes. Again, the reflection in his eyes there is very cool with what it is that Ichi is seeing. You magics are always surprising me. You're massive, you're challenging, you're creatures I've never seen before. I can't think of a hunt more exhilarating than this. Uroro amplification. What now? Snow? No, a glowing fish? Uruwashi. And he uses the Hisame magic. Now we have the real name Uruwashi, I'm assuming. Now charge, Uruwashi. He sends out the ice toward the World Hater itself. And it's crashing into the line of lancemen. Again, I love the stylistic choices, like the chained praying hands with the angelic robes and wings, the wings covering the eyes, but like the skeletal faces, but they're not completely skeletal. You have like the dark flesh over them, the random gore that they leave behind. And they said it's an advancing line of death, but it's like they're leaving behind this weird stuff. So I want to know like what the deal is with that. Because again, it's not like they're just leaving behind the dead remains of trees and animals. They're leaving behind this like just weird amalgam of like body parts and meat. They're leaving behind the meat dimension. They're getting transported to the meat dimension. But either way, that was a really good chapter. Exciting stuff. And also, that's the end of a volume, so we need to go to volume 3 to see what happens next. Alright, starting volume 3 with chapter 17, Kumugi. Don't look away. Don't even blink. We have Shirabadonna. Yes, master. And don't you dare stop riding. Yes, master. I wonder if because she's the analytic witch, she can see through her, like, servant or, familiar is not the right word, but her subordinate, because Kumugi was working for, if she can see through her eyes, and that's why she's like, don't even blink, and she can use her abilities through the eyes of the people contracted with her or something like that, so that she can gather information. Get every detail in writing. Don't overlook even the tiniest speck. Yes, master. Okay, so she's not looking through her eyes, she's literally talking to her through the mirror. and using Komugi to gather info. Endless Ink, Campelli. Record everything. That's the only thing you can do now. Understood? Very cool stuff. And then we have Yes Master, Ichi. Now, charge. And he's sending forward the huge shark. And it's freezing all of the lancemen. And cascading waves of ice freezing behind them. But it looks like that might have taken a lot out of him because he's falling back. And even the World Hater is frozen. They stopped? Look, the monster stopped. Yeah, we're saved. And then Komugi's excited, but then looks over and sees Monogold and Shirabadonna still look serious. The World Hater busts out and lifts Ichi up to his level. What utter arrogance. So, you temporarily halted their advance. So what? It means nothing. If you think that's all it takes to hunt me, you're a fool. And I was just about to say, dang it, I spoiled myself. I was just about to say, you know, he's a hunter. What if he's playing dead, and now that he's up close and personal, he's just going to stab him? And indeed, it looks like he went for it. Ah, you've so much wrapped around your neck. I thought you might be hiding a weak spot. Guess not. What? He stabbed himself in the leg to forcibly stay awake. Well, where is it? What's your weakness? Your head? Your limbs? Or is this another one of those things with the ridiculous conditions? Yeah, I'm assuming for all magics there's probably some weird conditions, or else any damage you do to them will just get regenerated. Your heart. What do I have to do to hunt you? It seems like there he might pass out. And World Hater might be excited because he might be thinking, finally there's somebody who might be worth, like, you know, contracting with, taking on my challenge. You're out of your depth. Especially if he is death magic. You know, a hunter bringing all the death that Ichi has and all of his death for death philosophy, like, might actually impress the World Hater. You're out of your depth. If you'd used Dororo to breach a hole in my barrier, then maybe you might have gotten yourself and some of the dross in that town free. A few would have been saved, but now everyone, because of your hubris, everyone dies. Beginning with you, little mouse. I'll warp you beyond recognition. Okay, maybe they're saying everything's getting warped as in not getting warped away, not as in getting warped out. But he warps everything he touches, as in he, like, what's another good term for it? As in he corrupts everything he touches. He twists everything he touches into the weird gore stuff. Until nothing of you remains. And we see Ichi start getting changed. But then he's surprised as he gets backstabbed. Explode. Lapta. The only one going down is you. We have Descara stepping in. Here and now. You insane excuse for magic. I thought she was saying you're an insane excuse for magic. Tripping me up. You're... who else? Everyone's favorite uber-talented badass, Descaras. Her eyes look so cool always, and now we're seeing it in heavier detail here. I really, again, want to know more specifically what all types of magics the different witches have. Like, does she just have explosion magic? Or is exploding something that, like, witches can just do in general? Because it seems like there are, like, some spells that they can all use regardless of contracts. But then we have, like, so now is... what's her face? Now is Toga Ice going to have the snow magic and the mushroom magic, so she can use snow and mushrooms, whereas Ichi can use lightning and ice? And does that mean because of the infinite ink that Kumuki has the ink magic or something? Then we have Shirabadonna. Does she have like the eye magic, or is it just the analytical magic? Like, how specific do we get with these things? Monogold, we assume just has the mirror magic. Either way, though, that's the end of 17. Things are going crazy. We're still in the heat of this stuff. So either way, let's read chapter 18. Chapter 18 starts with this detailed panel of Descaras. Then 18th hunt, Descaras the Abyssal Witch. And we see the warping already being done to, or that's already been done to Ichi. Out of the way. And the World Hater is regenerating. You broke through my barrier. You must be rather skilled. Just skilled? Nah. I'm the world's greatest, most powerful witch. Good to meet ya. Most powerful, For all that, you're rather plain. Excuse you. She immediately snaps. This is cutting-edge fashion, thanks. 15 years ago, a section of Polaris Mountain got warped out. I assume that was you? Who knows? I don't recall which parts of where I've erased. What, did your kin die there? Revenge, anger, hatred, sadness? They're all worthless emotions. We have another portal opening behind him. Eventually everything vanishes into nothing. But if you want to continue this fleeting, painful existence of yours... And we're seeing another shot of him with the lined up lancemen in the portal. Then, try to stave off your own imminent death, witch. We get a 2-page spread of her summoning some sort of magic. It forms a finger gun and fires. Shoot him down, Iskandar. And it blows through the lancemen. He turns back. It's firing through all of them. Does she have the gun magic? Sheesh. Are all you older magics deaf? She goes in close for an attack. I told you I'm the most powerful witch there is. Crash down, Alexandra. Sends him flying down. I mean, come on, seriously? Using a spell you already lost with, once again? Talk about dissing a girl, jerk. And with her doing this, it would be so funny if she did have, like, you know, if Descaras's contracted magics were, like, the explosion magic, the like, gun magic, the force magic, like, pushing them down and everything. Like, all just crazy, powerful, like, attack stuff, just full-on attack. I mean, come on. Seriously? Using a spell you already lost with once again? Just talk about dissing a girl, jerk. I lost? Yeah, just a second ago. Duh. To that snot-nosed feral kid. Look at you. The World Hater magic itself. And that noobiest of noob witches with this whole whopping 2 spells had you shaking in your boots. Terrified that he might actually get you someday. Weak. Nonsense. Golconda. What's the trial to acquire you? Speak. Okay, so she must have a magic that forces people to tell the truth. And he cuts off as he infects the magic itself. Golconda is a spell that makes the target say everything. Or you actually fought back that time. Golconda is a spell that makes the target say everything. I will get your acquisition trial out of you, no matter what it takes. But since I've got you here, let me experiment a bit. Let's see what works, what doesn't, and what you hate most. I said you were plain. I retract that statement. Which, how many magics have you acquired? Who knows? And we have jewels flying all around her. Lost count. Ah, were some of them your friends? Whoopsie, I'm sorry. And he looks at the healing Ichi. We did see her do some sort of like regeneration healing before, so I don't know if it's like healing or regeneration, or if it's like reversion, like she's reverting back to before he was warped. Okay, though, we are still in with this fight. We're still in, so let's go to chapter 19. Shorter chapters because it is very, very action heavy. Let's check it out. Chapter 19 starts with Ichi in a forest. Where am I? We have 19th Hunt Magic Circle. I thought things just vanished when they died. Am I not dead then? No, my knife was not enough. That magic wasn't the prey today. I was. Huh. Boy, the air around here tastes great. The plants all look healthy. The soil seems rich too. Is this where things are getting warped to? If it is, like I was originally saying, like they're replacing human world parts with like magic world parts and magic world parts with human world parts. If that is the case, because he was like warped for a second there, is he seeing a glimpse into what the other side is like? It's like the perfect mountain, my personal paradise. Or is this going to be inner world stuff? We have Uroro. I love the design here for Uroro. I like the simpler designs that we see from him. And Hisame is there. Same with Inazuri. Don't know if Inazuri's the real name, right? I forget Hisame's real name already, even though we just saw it. Ugh, I can't take it anymore. That feral brat's terminally stupid. He hasn't done one smart thing. Not one. Yeah, you said it. I warned him. I told him to run away. But did he? No, he ran straight at the thing. He's such a magic slave driver. Though, to be totally honest, I'm seriously happy I got to be one with you, Lord Ororo. We have Hisame. Don't say it like that, it's weird. There he is! All three of them are reacting. Feral human, begone! Power of magic compels you. Feral human, begone! You're going to fillet us again, aren't you? I can be convinced. Wow, what a welcome. Hisame blushing. Magic circle. Basically, this is your inner world. When magics are acquired, they typically go to live inside that witch's inner world. And then we're roomies. You were KO'd in reality. That's why you're here with us now. Knocked out? Then I'm not dead? Yet. So, it must be very, very crowded in Descaras's inner world. They're really going at it out there right now. You could still end up collateral damage. They are? Want to watch? It's hilarious. He pulls out a remote to watch Descaras fighting. Yeesh, you're a tough one. Huh. I could say the same of you. Man, the art's so good. I love the style. I'll acknowledge that you're as powerful as you claim, but merely being the strongest isn't nearly enough to affect me. Give up, Abyssal Witch. Okay. What if we add a second prodigy to the question? Toga Ice jumps him. Once again, Toga Ice, after somebody else does all the work, coming in to try to do something last second. Durandala. He freezes up. I would rather not, but now's probably the time to test this out. Mushroom Burst, Muscle Vein, and then Descaras, Ignite, Dumatch. Took you long enough. Your handwriting's atrocious. It took this long because I couldn't read your note on breaching the barrier. Are you sure you didn't just get lost on the way? I've never gotten lost. Ever. Liar. He breaks out, after getting covered in mushrooms and ignited. The villagers have all been evacuated. Reinforcements should arrive shortly. You're outnumbered, Magic. Are you sure you shouldn't be the one giving up? Despicable. And we have the citizens leaving through the breach in the barrier that Toga Ice made. Any more of this is meaningless. A hand reaches out from the gate and he steps onto it. Wait, what are you trying to do? I appear, I warp, I leave. That's all. But as my destruction continues, one day eventually, I'll have destroyed the whole world. That's the sole reason I exist. Don't worry, I'll return soon. Very soon. Hey, get your face off the screen. Yeah, we can't see. Inconsiderate Ichi. Just you wait. One day, I swear, I will hunt you. He smiles as he's getting taken back. Again, I think to a certain degree he likes Ichi. I think that he likes what he saw in Ichi. Hey kid, you're gonna end up as a sacrifice. I am? Why? I'm sick of trying to explain things so your tiny brain understands. When you wake up, ask that unsufferable witch. And Udodo tosses him out of his own inner world. She's got a duty to explain it to you. See ya. Don't come back. He wakes up sometime later in an infirmary bed. Okay, such good stuff. I am scared that if I don't end it here, the cliffhanger for next chapter will be brutal. But I do kind of want to read one more. Then again, I don't really need to rush with Ichi the Witch. There are only like 50 chapters, so once I'm caught up, we'll have to wait. I will do one more for this time, but in the future, I'll try not to do like crazy long read-throughs, just because again, once we catch up, then we'll be stuck anyway. Like I said, I'm just aiming around 30 minutes or so. The thing is, with this, these chapters were very, very, very action-heavy, so easier to read, or at least faster to read. I love I think, style and designs most of all. Especially with, like, the World Hater's power and everything. Descaras is very, very cool. I think Toga Ice is going to be one of those meme characters for me that no matter what she does, I'm just going to love to hate on her for just jumping in last minute without doing the work. So I think that's going to be a funny thing in the future. For actually what happened, she technically won, even though it's kind of BS. She technically won against Ichi, so we might get to see Ichi in a school setting doing stuff, and I really want to see that. Of course I want to see more of him in Descaras, more practical stuff, but I want to learn more about the school system, see more of the witches and characters like that. I think that's a really exciting thing. And the last thing to say before continuing, I do think that the World Hater, is he going to actually be one of those bad guy to good guy, or at least bad guy to bad guy who likes and sometimes works with the protagonist? Is he going to be one of those types of characters way, way down the line? Because I do think he likes and respects what he saw in Ichi, or the relation to death. I think if anyone were to get him to say what his, acquisition method is, it would be Ichi after this. So, very good stuff. Let's read Chapter 20 before stopping. Chapter 20, our final for the week, is The Oracle. Where am I? Yo, the feral kid finally wakes. Descaras? Cut loose and then conk out for 3 whole days, why don't ya? You'd better thank Kumugi later. She watched over you the whole time. So, I was out for 3 days? Yep, the spell finished healing you while you were snoozing, and I wonder if him being partially warped is going to have some, future effect on him. Can you move? Yeah. Okay, come with me. We need to talk. I'll get straight to the point. The region around Hoitaka was half-wrecked, literally. Lots of people were injured in the mad dash to escape, but the village itself didn't suffer any major damage, and no one was killed. Oh, and one critically injured. And then, pointing at him, the association's working on both repairs and an investigation as we speak. Again, I wonder if you could learn anything from the meat left behind. Half destroyed, and now repairs. The magic? He said he was going to destroy the world. Oh, right. We call it the World Hater magic. I need to talk to you about it. They walk through a mirror, and we see this neat design. I wonder if they're one of the ones we saw before where I was trying to figure out things about the witches in the meeting. Welcome, our beloved Messiah. You're what? Too close. Never mind you. Is it a rule in this association that all witches have to make wacky entrances? Yeah, this is Jikishirone. I'm the Oracle Witch. Good to meet you. So again, you could probably guess things about her. or like stuff based on the name, like I've done with some of the others. Jikishirone. Nothing's hitting me off the top of my head, but there's probably some connection to like clowns or jesters or something. Oracle. Are you human? Wow. Nice. Descaras keeps you around for a reason. You're sharp. Jikishirone is a special case. She was previously in a coma for a decade, but then one day she woke up. Not only that, it was like she'd become a whole different person, finding humans who, for whatever reason, are unable to move, forcing them to acquire it, then possessing their bodies for itself. That body may be Jikishirone's, but the one who's talking to us is the prophecy magic. This is a cool concept that you have. So this is probably how we're going, because I felt like I mentioned, well, we saw World Hater Magic was on the cover of Volume 3. Before I even started reading, I had seen the volume covers, and I was like, there are guys on the volume covers, so that must mean there are like male characters or something. And I was like, maybe they're like knights and have their own powers instead of magic. But this could explain it to where not only could you have magics, like straight up magics, like the World Hater, but that are just magics but human shaped, or maybe he is like inhabiting a human body and that's why he looks human shaped. Or we could also continue now to see a different, like you've got magics, you've got witches, and you've got whatever we're going to end up calling magics within human bodies. Sort of like in Chainsaw Man, you would have like hybrids, humans with contracts with devils, the devils themselves, and also fiends, which are human bodies possessed by devils. Then you have that body may be Jikishirone's, but the one who's talking to us is the prophecy magic. I'm no human hater, though. I'm super cooperative with humans. Yeah, about that. This last one had Monagold livid, you know. She said a prophecy that shows up only a few minutes prior is no prophecy at all. Ah, but that's just how it is. I'll share my prophecies with you, but at times of my choosing. In exchange, I'll be nice and stay cooperative. That was our deal. I'm being super generous, sharing my prophecies with you, witches. I really think you ought to be more grateful. I hate this thing. Anywho, that's enough introductions. Let's get down to brass tacks, Kay? And by that, I mean you're in the World Hater's fate. Sorry, I've been trying to hold back from making a Clussy joke this entire time. I'm still just trying to hold back. It is interesting, though, Descaras being like, I hate this thing, like not even treating humans possessed, or like magics possessing human bodies, not even treating them like people, you know? And the question of whether they're people is questionable, because it's not originally Jikishirone. The Jikishirone is basically dead at this point, but it is her physical body being used. So how much of her is really left? How much do you consider the current Jikishirone prophecy magic human? Our fate. Not to brag or anything, but my prophecies are all completely, totally accurate. One day I received the worst prophecy imaginable. It'll be known as the World Hater magic. No witch will ever acquire it, and on a certain day in the future, it will destroy the world. All living things will be warped, twisted into unliving abominations, and when none remain, the world will reach its end. However, there is a single ray of hope that may overturn this future. It lies within the one who acquires the Uroro magic. That light will challenge the World Hater. Should the light win, the world will be saved. So we're having Child of Prophecy Ichi already? And not necessarily even Child of Prophecy, it's just whoever acquired the Uroro magic it was going to be, but Ichi acquired the Uroro magic not because he was chosen by Uroro, or because he was just fated to capture Uroro, but he did it because of the skill and the backstory that we still don't fully know. There's still, like, we could get mysteries about his parents and upbringing and things like that. But Ichi did it off of Ichi's own merit. And that is you, Ichi the Witch. You're the light humanity's been waiting for. The Messiah that'll save the world. Messiah? Yep. you're going to acquire the World Hater magic and save the world with your death. I feel like, wouldn't that just release the World Hater magic again? So the magics in their inner worlds die when they die? Upon acquiring the World Hater magic, the light will bring peace to the world, but at that same moment, the light will, gutter out and die? Sorry, but that's the full extent of the prophecy I was given. That last bit only came to me recently, though. You're gonna end up a sacrifice. So Urodo just knew about it. So it seems like there is some truth to the prophecy. I see. Ooh, aren't you gonna say no? Are you? I mean, it's just your life against all living things in the world. It's a no-brainer, right? I think I think philosophically, he would not be wrong to death for it. Like, I get the death magic, and if somebody tries to kill me, they get death. It is death for death. It's like, I will be peaceful and everything, but I will also kill those who try to kill me. Go on and bravely march out to your death, heroically giving your life to save the world. Okay. Hey. All that fiddly stuff about prophecies and messiahs aside, if my choice is to just plain die or to die while taking out my prey, then my choice is clear. I'm going to take my prey down with me. Ah well, we can think about all the fussy details as we go along. Who knows, maybe it'll all work out in the end. He's so cool. That's our messiah for you. By the way, don't call me that. Okay, how about Mr. Hero? No. Ichi Peachy? Absolutely not. And then Descaras seems bothered by it. I feel like we knew that Descaras was trying to get the World Hater magic and was trying to get Urodo, knowing the prophecy. Knowing the prophecy, she was still trying to get Urodo. So it seems to me that Descaras's dream, her goal, her plan here was to get the Urodo magic, then to get the World Hater magic, and then to die taking it with her. And not only it, but all these other magics. So it feels to me, whatever her past is, Descaras's goal was to get all these magics, to get the King magic and the World Hater magic, and then to, take them all out in a big sacrifice. And now, she doesn't get that big sacrifice. And this kid she met is not only taking her dream, which, selfishly, you've got to be like, man, I worked so hard for this. And then somebody else comes in and they're the chosen one, so to speak, of this thing that I've worked so hard for. So selfishly, you have to feel that. And selflessly, you have to feel like, okay, I was going to make this big sacrifice, but now somebody else is going to die instead. So it adds so much, this prophecy adds so much more depth into Descaras's character. Really, really good stuff, though. And as much as I want to continue reading, as much as I'd like to keep going, I probably should call it for the week. So thank you. This was incredibly good. This was incredibly fun. Thank you so much for watching, for being here. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this section of chapters, my thoughts and reaction to them. Subscribe for more. Ichi the Witch, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you would like to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or by sharing it around. Thank you, sharing the video around. Thank you so much for doing so. It's appreciated. If you want to help support the channel to help me to continue to make videos, but also get your name at the end of videos and get One Piece videos like One Piece Bingo a bit early, you can hit join down below to become a member or go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already supporting by being members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls J.A. and the D-Van, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SGN, Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Paterial, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.